Hey, brothers and sisters. We hear the word leader thrown around a lot, or see it thrown around a lot, I should say. And they usually flash images of Dr. King, John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and a few modern day presidents like Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr., and I think Truman, if I'm not mistaken, or Roosevelt. And if you notice in that group, you don't see a lot of black men being counted as leaders. And there's a reason behind that. They don't want you to think that our people have really accomplished anything or the black man is strong to lead his people. I mean, think about it. We know in the black, at least I hope we know in the black community, there was more people besides Martin and Malcolm. There were men and women that we don't know. Names have been lost to history. Or people that we barely talk about. And you might come across an article or a book or a movie, an obscure movie that talks about some of the accomplishments our people have made. But those of us who understand there's a price that comes with leadership, how many of us are willing to make that sacrifice? I mean, I don't want to leave this plane of existence anytime soon. But there's a chance that some people out here who take on that role, that responsibility of leadership, may meet their fate by the hands of some unhinged person. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because last week it was the 44th anniversary of Dr. King's assassination. And I was troubled that the video didn't get more hits or more reactions. But it just comes to show you that we suffer from this anxiety, that we don't mind people praising Dr. King's 1963 speech. We don't mind people talking about Dr. King, the bus boycott. We don't mind Dr. King being shown as a family man. But what we do mind is Dr. King speaking truth to power. What we do mind that Dr. King met with Malcolm X. We do mind that he met with Elijah Muhammad. We do mind that he started a thing like the Black Panther Party. Ask yourself, every year around January and February, they throw him out. They hold him over our head. They get us nervous. They make us fall in love with this heavily edited image of him. But then the rest of the year, they crap on us. They've taken our leaders and they demasculinize them. I mean, think about the books that have come out or stuff that's been said about Malcolm being gay. Now, Malcolm been dead since 1965. Okay? 1965. Damn near 50 years, and they trying to now say, well, Malcolm was gay. Wait a minute. Those people that knew Malcolm are long dead. A lot of them are long dead. Those who are the age of Malcolm, okay? Not one time during the 60s, 70s, and 80s did it come out, and even the 90s, that Malcolm was gay. But it wasn't until blacks started embracing Malcolm X that we gotta make him dirty. Just like when white folks talk about Dr. King now, they throw that extramarital affair crap in. They throw it in now. But how many presidents and senators and congressmen and celebrities and entrepreneurs have had affairs and had children out of wedlock? How many people talk about Strom Thurmond's black daughter? He's dead. Why don't we talk about how evil he was, but how hypocrite he was at the same time? But no, you want to besmirch our leaders or our representatives' character. Look how many times when people talk about Reverend Jackson, they bring up his child he had out of wedlock. That child got to be about, 12 years old now? 13 years old now? You don't think that little girl goes on the net? Don't you think the little girl watch TV and say, hey, that's my daddy they talking about? Why are they talking about my daddy? Reverend Sharpton got a TV show, MSNBC, extremely popular. If it wasn't, they would have canceled it by now, because black shows don't last long. But what happened? They attacked it. They criticized his mistakes. And then blacks chimed in, joined white folk. And I'm sitting there saying, we don't support our leaders. A lot of people don't realize that Dr. King was alone. The people that y'all see out here talking about, oh, we love Dr. King. A lot of them didn't love Dr. King. A lot of them, matter of fact, tried to talk Dr. King out of doing certain things, saying certain things. Same thing with Brother Malcolm. How the other day we was watching Muhammad Ali come out and throw it out. He couldn't throw the first pitch. The Parkinson has ravaged his body. But how many of y'all remember that Muhammad Ali betrayed Malcolm when Malcolm brought him to the teachings of the Nation of Islam, teaches Elijah Muhammad? Malcolm was at his lowest when he was dead. He knew he wasn't going to make it. Think about it. Dr. King and Malcolm was both the same age when they died. 39 years old. Young men. They've been dead longer than they lived. But yet you got brothers and sisters out here talking about you need to lead. You need to lead. No, you need to lead. Who's going to lead? We all need to lead. We all need to be leaders. We all need to take responsibility for our actions or inactions. This is why you see these people out here harming our people, because they're afraid there's going to be those among us, somebody might rise and might say, hit the right note. They might say the right thing at the right time. And that's what everybody thought President Obama was going to do when he won. Because he spoke to our hopes and our dreams. Now, granted, I knew a lot of that shit was just political speak. I knew a lot of that stuff wasn't going to happen until we started addressing the number one sin in this planet, on this planet. Race. Or racism, I should say. How can you praise Dr. King but attack Jesse? How can you praise Malcolm X but attack Lewis? How can you praise Marcus Garvey but attack Reverend Wright? It doesn't make any sense, does it? Because the media and people and teachers have desensitized us, have lied to us, and told us these are the ones we approve of you to like. Don't you realize that all of us have that slave mentality if we allow that to keep going on? Think about it. You go to a predominantly black school and you learn about white lies. What's that when we was kids, when they said George Washington supposed to chop down the cherry tree and his father said, did you chop down? I cannot deny something. Or the truth, I cannot deny the truth. However that saying went. At young age, they put them lies in our head about the founding fathers when they was slave masters. We were murderers. We don't have that legacy, but yet they'll make it like the black man, the black woman, the black child has been the most violent. Or they got to be racist. They have to be racist because of the way we treated them. Yes, there are brothers and sisters out there who do not like white people. And I would never tell them not to like white people, but I would never tell them to like white people. I won't do that. You know, nobody blasts the Jewish community for mistrusting people or attacking certain people or saying certain things because they had a trauma. They had a trauma. So nobody would ever do it but us. Get over it. I didn't own any slaves. Well, guess what? I didn't participate in the internment camp of Japanese Americans. I didn't drop bombs with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I don't make business deals or political deals to get people killed or go on in coups. I didn't rape any woman. I didn't disrespect anybody. I didn't take my car and run somebody else. But yet we're held responsible for things other people have done. But yet every day we see cases where people have done and said things and it got thrown right back on us. Then people say, where's your leadership at? Where's your Jacksons and your Sharps and your Farrakhan's at? Being sarcastic. I mean, think about it. Those brothers ain't gonna live forever. And and let's be honest, they're getting up in age now, and they're tired. But instead of us saying, you know what, I'm going to write to Reverend Jackson, Reverend Sharp, and Mr. Farrakhan, I have an idea. Or I'm going to write to our different organizations. I have an idea how to restructure things, how we can attack things, where our focus should be at. But no, we always got that one brother or sister in the group that just don't want to do it. They just got to go back and tell everybody, oh, such and such of them are planning this march, or such and such of them are going to do this. And it's because of poor leadership, modern day leadership, we've allowed this to happen. We haven't put the fear of God or fear of reprisal in these people. Think about the Nation of Islam, how it was back in the 60s versus how it is today. Now, there could be dissension today, but you don't hear about it. They make sure they keep their shit in-house. And that's what we got to learn how to do. Don't allow them to tell you what's acceptable, who should lead you, or what is a leader. Remember, these people have a history of hate and destruction. So how the hell are they going to tell you should love Dr. King but hate Malcolm X? How dare they should tell you when you should feel and how you feel and when you should react?